On the banks of the Mkuzi River in a camp called Ibandla, Bhejane students were beginning to gather. A new mission was underway for them, a man-tracking course led by Colin Patrick with the goal of better equipping our rangers to combat rhino poaching. Colin is a highest level SKS Dangerous Game Guide, a senior tracker and a Fagasa and Sasita accredited assessor. He's one of the best in the business and he was here to whip these rangers into shape. In no time we were on the first expedition to learn the basic procedure for tracking a human being.
And that's all we're doing by large track procedure. We're cutting the corners, we're taking the shortcut so we can keep on the track, keep the momentum going. The wild dog doesn't run like a lion at whatever kilometers an hour for only 100 meters. What does it do? It just carries on, carries on, carries on. It literally runs its prey down. If I start a track on a poacher's track, my mental decision is today I'm going to find that poacher. That's our tracker. What we have is we normally have a person that is associated with that tracker nearby, which would either be called an assistant tracker or a tracker controller. That person would be positioned either left or right of that person within quite close contact of that person, like over there. Do you guys see that? Okay. We've then got a situation where we've got our flanks or scouts. Now the flanks or scouts would be positioned here. Each of these people in this four-man team have two duties. They have a primary duty and a secondary duty. What is the primary duty of the tracker?
To follow the tracks.
To track. What is the secondary duty of the tracker? Security, safety. This flank over here, what is the primary duty?
Safety.
Safety. Secondary duty?
Track.
The tracker assistant or the tracker controller, primary duty? Safety. We very much are individualists. We like to be the tracker. We like to be the one who sees the track. But in tactical tracking, we are a team. We are never the individual. The individual cannot achieve what a tracking team can do in momentum and things like that.
It was time to put it to the test, send the rangers out and see if they could maintain formation and procedure while on the trail of a runaway track. Joining the team was tracker dog Annie, Colin's laid-back sidekick at camp, but put on the harness and she becomes nothing less than a scent-seeking missile. To stand a chance against her in the field, we were gonna have to gear up. We split into two teams. Group A was to put as much distance as possible between ourselves and the trackers in a timestamp of 15 minutes. We were to do this, leaving as little trace as we could at this speed. Running out of time, we found a cozy spot, hunkered down and waited for the dogs to catch up. They were hot on the scent, with Annie at the head of the charge, leading a pack of Bhejane hounds. Group B was not too phased about leaving a trail. It wasn't long, however, before they sussed us out. There wasn't much time for celebration, and the practice got repeated even deep into the night. The next morning, the drill was the same. Myself and some of the crew had made our way to the top of a large central hill from where we could watch the procedures unfold below us from an elevated and hidden position. It was only a matter of time before the troops began to move. The tactics aren't complicated, but constant repetition is required to make them second nature, allowing the rangers full attention to be focused on the track. As we hunkered down under a tree on the top of our hill, we began to see the extra hours of practice taking effect. The rangers were quickly turning into a well-oiled team. Of course, Annie got us first, but the rangers weren't too far behind. Time after time they got us. There's just no escaping from a team like this. I guess it's all in a day's work, but I think they had just a little help. My time with the students was drawing to a close, and I was all too sad to leave as it had been an absolute blast. However, they would be here long after I was gone, learning the art of man tracking and some of its more unusual tricks.
Watch their feet, how much wider they're going to be. You see that? Victoria's Secret.
The number of rhinos poached decreases every year, but that's only because there are less rhinos around. Tracking courses like this are just another weapon in our arsenal to combat the extinction of a species. It was a privilege working with someone as knowledgeable and passionate as Colin Patrick. The Bhejane students were not the only ones who picked up a trick or two, so I know I'll be around the next time they kick into gear.